Right folks, say hello Bob.
Hello Bob.
Just never ever gets old. You'll say something different one of these days.
Hello Bob.
Today we've got a special job, a very special job, an American Fender Telecasters on the bench.
Could say we're on the telly.
We're on the telly.
I'll
tell you what, I like that. We'll use that one again. We're on the telly today. A huge job, absolutely huge job. We won't show you some of the neck cleaning and the fret cleaning like you've usually seen. We're going to just focus on the main point of the guitar. The neck adjustments are going to be a bit horrific. You'll learn a lot with this one, but we are going to show you just more of the important jobs rather than the overall job, which is to do the guitar in a nutshell. We're going to start with our initial measurements, I think, Bob, and then what are we going to do?
What we're going to do is basically the same with most guitars. We're going to set the neck relief. We're going to adjust the neck radius, the string radius, and we're going to intonate it. There's a special way of intonating this because it's an original vintage Telecaster.
Right Bob, as usual, what's the first thing?
First thing now is to set the relief on the neck. For this machine we've got to actually take the neck up because the truss rod adjustment is at the bottom of the neck. You'll
see on previous videos we make an adjustment up the top. This clever design does involve removing the neck to make an adjustment, to put it back on, to take it off, to make an adjustment, to put it back on, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to take an initial measurement before I remove the neck. And that is showing that it's way too low at the moment. So we've got to put a little bit more relief in the neck and take the neck off first.
Let's get the neck off. To safely take the neck off, folks, we have to first unwind the strings just enough to take the tension away.
That's enough. That's enough.
There we go.
Very nice. And now what we've done now is turn the guitar over flat on the bench, exposing the back. There's 4 screws here which we've got to take off
to release the neck.
Right, we're just going to remove the 4 screws now that hold the neck on. To do this, you just slacken them off, all in turn to start off with, so there's no undue pressure on either side of the neck. Then just carry on and take all the screws out.
Doing it a bit at a time, folks, rather than just sharply taking a screw out. They are living, breathing bits of wood, these on the guitar, so it's important to do it slowly.
And try to put these screws in the same order as they came out.
That's what's holding your neck in, so it's important to just do mild relief to start with. Do apologise if that's a little bit blurry. We're going to take the rest of them out now. Again, always covering up, we don't want to scratch the guitar or damage the guitar.
And always put them in order so they go back in the same molds. And there's no wear on the actual thread in the wood.
Done.
Now that's done. Remove the plate, and then what you are left with there now is the neck. Right then, now the screws have been removed and the back plate has been taken off. I'll go reverse the guitar, put it back on its front, and then carefully remove the neck. What you do gently is hold that gently there, so the neck don't actually fall off. It's quite a snug fit. And when you've done that, it's simply a matter of prising it up and taking the neck off. And then just popping a little bit of cloth or something under there to protect the surface of the guitar. And there you have it.
One neck removed.
One neck removed.
We can work on your hip operation now, Bob.
Yep.
Right folks, hopefully you can see a little screw down here. Now this is really important. This is at the base of the truss rod. You've seen in the other videos at the top of the guitar we make an adjustment. Bob, if you get your tool here for me. By turning this clockwise and anti-clockwise, you're either going to be putting more relief in the neck or taking the relief out. We need to go clockwise to take a little less relief out. There was just a bit too much in to start with. So Bob,
And it's saying this, it's only very minimum, as you'll see.
Little turn there.
Which is that.
That is enough. We've now got to put the neck back on, string it back up, the plate back on with all the screws to see if that's made the right adjustment. So we're going to do that now, and we'll get back to you in just a second. Okay guys, this will be our second attempt at it. Just needs a little bit more, so Bob's going to go in again.
Yeah. Careful with this again, because as you can see, it's just
tiny turn.
That's all it
little
needs.
bit. It's not that far off, but if you overshoot it, and every time we do it wrong, you've got to come back again. When this is all done as well, and the entire guitar is done, the guitar has to set, and you guessed it, we can end up doing this another 2 or 3 times when it's finally done. We're going to get it back up now and screwed again, and hopefully the second time's the charm. Right, third time lucky. Come on, Bob.
Just a slight bit more. We're getting there now, but that's it.
Let's get it back up, see if this is the one. Right guys, it was more than 3 times in the end. We won't bore you with how many times, but we've been here long enough for Bob to lose even more air, and I could do with another shave, I know that's for sure. Are we right now, Bob?
Yes, we are now.
Right, let's show these lovely people how we get the neck back in.
What we need to do now is just put the neck on. Carefully remove that. Keep the neck fairly straight because there's a bit of an angle on that neck. Drop it back into position, and then you'll fold the neck over. As you can see, the 4 screw holes are there. Turn it back, and then I'll have it facing towards me now so I can see that the neck is still flush there. I'll put the back plate on first, then 1 screw, put that on, and the opposite screw.
I'm just supporting this, folks. Again, very carefully, do not overscrew these. We've seen some stories of going through the neck.
You only need to be hand tight because you can actually strip the wood and you'll end up with a plain hole and the screw won't be doing anything. That's it, it's just touching that. Now the opposite corner, at the back.
You're always working opposite as well, keep the pressure equal on the neck. The nature of how expensive this particular instrument is, take care with every guitar, but especially something as valuable as this.
That's it, 2 of the screws are now on.
That's bit enough, that is, I think.
And that, I'll turn it over and just check everything's okay. Neck is alright.
You can always try to see what the angle is like of the neck. If it's sticking out, you may have over tightened. Just making sure it's parallel both sides.
And there's no play on the neck at all. Under there.
No.
That's a 2/3 feeler gauge. If that's okay, we can actually turn the neck back over on its base, on its front, and then proceed to tighten all the screws up. How's our nipped up now? Then we go back to the other 2. Quick nip. Not a lot, just a touch. And that is it. Your neck is now back in position and it's ready to be strung back up now. Final test before we put the new strings on, then we can carry on with the intonation.
Fabulous. Let's string her up. Right folks, you can see I'm pulling at that, it's absolutely going nowhere. So if Bob very kindly just loosens us off a little bit, I can now pull the string and we're away.
And that's done with the rest of the strings.
Okay guys, intonation on any guitar is always a tricky subject. This is probably one of the most difficult ones, Bob, because you've got 6 strings, but there's only 3 saddles to adjust. So Bob, talk us through what we do with this.
Well, mainly what you would do with this type of bridge, because you've got a compensated saddle on each one, they're a bit staggered. You'd just do it as usual. You tune it to pitch, put your finger on the 12th fret, and then adjust.
That would be the E string.
E string. Then you'd adjust that screw to make sure it's about the same on the 12th and on the open string. But when you get to the next string,
The A string
The
in
A
this
string,
circumstance.
there is no other one there. There's a very small hole there which you can see. Which what you have to do generally is detune that string, put an Allen key in it, and then you can move that saddle, part of the saddle there, backwards and forwards to give you your intonation. But it's a lengthy process, so you know you have to keep detuning the string and then tuning it back up, bringing it back, bringing it forward.
So in a nutshell, folks, you'd tune this one, loosen the tension off, get that one intonated, tune it back up to pitch, and see if they're both in tune. Once it's done, it should last really by one of
Should never be altered again.
quality. Very lengthy. Tune one up, tune one down, tighten it up, tune one down, then you move on and working in opposite ends to keep the scale balanced. Very tricky, 3-point system, very clever, but a pain in the neck. Right folks, we've not shown you the restring and the stretching in today. Do keep your eye on the outtakes for Bob having a go at the restringing. If we'd have showed you the entire process, it would have been longer than the extended version of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. He's a nightmare on Telecasters, Bob is. So we've isolated some main points. It's now time for a sound check. Do watching the outtakes for Bob's attempt at restringing the Telecaster. Right guys, we're all done. Time for a sound check. It's been a tricky guitar overall, especially with the intonation system as we showed you earlier. Strings are on now, it's got that really warm sort of spanky sound that the Telecaster should have. I'll try and give it something that sounds Telecaster worthy. Hi folks, say hello Bob.
Hello there.
As usual, if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe and give us a like. We'll see you next time.
What I'm going to do initially now is I'm going to just put this cap over here. It's just fell apart.
Like my life at the minute.
Oh well, I think we'll repair that at a later time.
Then you buy that from this shop.
Yes.
Don't buy a capper, whatever you do.
And it's guaranteed to last till it breaks. So, go on then, we'll have a new one.
Take two. Right folks, we think we finally got it. It was more than 3 times in the end. We're not going to tell you how many because we've been here a long time. Let's get the knack. Let's get the knack.
Get the knack.
Get the knack back on.
We need a knack for this.
I need a bloody nap, I know that for sure. I'm catching your English disease of losing words.
Yeah, and two. It's always a good idea to polish around the bottom of the neck after you put it on, just to remove any debris.
Oh. Something for the weekend, sir.
Yeah, just a trip.
Get my guitar polished. Right guys, hopefully you can hear me whispering. Bob's going to do the restring and he always cocks up Telecasters, so you watch. Do you want to restring the Telecaster, Bob?
Yeah, we can restring the Telecaster. I think so. Now we're ready. I want to find out where they are. I find out where they are. Oh, the owl is actually there.
And here we have a Bob trying to restring the guitar. And in the background, the disappointment of Jamie, who's going to belt him round the head if he don't bleeding hurry up.
That's it. These have to be set before you put them in because you adjust it. It's a locking thing. Adjust it like so. Leave about half a finger length. Then you find the screwdriver, if you got one.
You need a winder for this.
Yeah, I need a screwdriver. I need a screwdriver. You nicked my screwdriver. That'd be good. He's been happy to get.
Oh!
There's my screwdriver.
Right, but we ain't got 6 hours on the video, so I think I'll do this.
Hang on now. Now you got that one right. Let's find the screwdriver. Oh, that one will do. The idea is to screw that bit back there until you can get your string in. Pull it back a bit, then hopefully you can lock it. Only a touch. And then that's a good start to get your screw. That's a good start then to get your string wound up. We go off, you know.
Sorry, but I must apologise. We wanted a professional service.
Oh,
on
you
this.
will get that here. You will get that here, mate. You will get that here. Get to a proper shot. Aim for about 2 turns on the bass. No more. And then that's it.
Fabulous.
Just do the rest. Well, Jamie will do the rest now. Because I've made such a good job of doing that. And we'll see it in the...
And cut!